I'm not fooling with it.
All right, settling down now. So we've got a great show planned, so let's keep the energy positive. Any other ideas before we wrap? All right, you two, save it for the couch. We're here. Just smile and wave.
Ain't going away. She's a devil, she's here to stay. Playing in my face now, bitch. I ain't never going nowhere.
Ooh, do you dream of me in your sleep? Wake up one night, let's hoping you don't see me. Creeping around your street,
I told you to stop.
You don't catch that.
You never listen. Well, here we go again. We're making hamburgers shaped as hearts on a special cooking segment on my show with this fine-ass guy. I can't even pay attention. He is so damn hot. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I tried to make them get along, but they just back here fighting. You can't win, girl. Cut it out. Stop fighting like this, y'all sisters.
How do we get a body like yours? How do we get very healthy and fit, but I don't want to be muscular?
So come and see me, yeah. You know what the hell I mean. I'm not fooling with it.
Another day. It's the Neomi Talk Show. Are you ready?
okay.
Welcome to the show. I'm your girl Naomi, and this is my talk. The Naomi Talk Show. I'm back again on your television screen. Are y'all watching me on an Android? What? That's cool. How is it looking? Because I know these days and times getting an iPhone is very expensive in different countries. Well, if you are, that's completely acceptable because they be expensive sometimes, honey. But if you watch me on an iPhone, hello, how are you in the clarity? So let's get into the show because this show is going to be crazy today. My guest that I have on is an absolute lunatic in the internet's mind and my mind. I don't know him. We would never share the same circles. Matter of fact, to be exact, I don't share the circles with anybody except my husband. Honestly, in my immediate family, I'm a social butterfly, or would I say a vampire or workaholic? I don't know. I'm figuring it out. So I told you a week ago that I was having a special guest on the show. Now, this special guest been literally walking out of interviews left and right. He ain't walking out of this one, honey. I'll be walking out first. I think he wants me to be talking about look maxing. I had to look it up because I was like, what the hell is that? Most people are like, what the hell is that? Pretty much a male pageant queen. I'm gonna tell him today I'm a look and I'm a max the way the hell I want to. And if you got a problem with it, we can just run a fade on his stage. I'm just kidding. But his hair be looking dry sometimes, don't it? I haven't seen. He's a bit of a drama queen. But before, of course, we sit down with him, I'm gonna sit down with a therapist so we get understanding on what the hell look maxing is all about. Because the guests that I'm bringing on love to talk about it, but I'm not asking him shit about it. Okay, because who knows if he's all the way crazy. He's sixth floor already, I don't know, so I'm gonna talk to a doctor. So the doctor can give us better clarity on what the hell he's actually talking about, because he's a whole head case. He just be blabbering and we'll be looking like, is he okay? No, I think he looked decent. He all right. I mean, for all the things you have done with this look, Max, and he thinks he's like a 20, but he's like a fair fix on a good day. Maybe I'll give him a 7. When he opens his mouth, he gets a -7, because he just runs his mouth and everything he says just makes his look, his attitude, his image. I don't know if he even finished school. I think he dropped out. Yeah. But he'll be taking all these different types of steroids and pills, because that's what looks maxing is. It's to be the best version of yourself and doing crazy shit to get there, like taking hard substances and trying to shape your bones like rocks and stone and shit. And don't get me wrong, if his mouth did not run the way it does, he could give that boy next door illusion. But he gives American Psycho down. It's like, you're full of yourself. Like, you see different videos of him crying because they put cheese on a burger, or the most recent video, he was crying because he says most OnlyFans girls don't respect him. Unless it's about money or making them bigger on their platforms. And I'm like, that's what you've been preaching this whole entire time. And so the name he goes by, I looked that up because I wanted to know if it was that history book character. I think he was like a king from Rome that threw all those adult parties. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was a movie called Curricular. He was like some type of king, and he had like a scene with a whore and a scene with the sister, and it was like banned from all different theaters. I thought that was the aesthetic that he was going with because, he's crazy already, but actually means like bone structure or like great muscle mass. That's what that word means. Clavicular, if that ass serious about this persona, like he's going hard with it. And I'm so confused because I'm like, if you're still doing all that stuff, then why the hell is he more smaller than he wasn't in the beginning? Clavicular, let's try it again. It means collarbone, the top of the chest, the center of the chest, breastbone. Okay, clearly he's obsessed with bone structure and how the bone sits correctly to look muscular. Oh, just saying that shit was giving me a headache. I don't know how to do it. Like, I felt like I was in science class, and believe it or not, I was great in science, but he don't seem like he was great in science. So supposedly he was doing so many steroids that his little mini can't produce children and isn't as big as it's supposed to be, because of course that's what steroid does. How are you a Ken doll with no meat? I'm just asking. I go back to the beginning. I don't think these Gen Zs understand that you're supposed to have some meat before you start on the outside aesthetic and a beautiful personality. That's how this works. I feel like he is working backwards. He's starting with the look, you know, and then losing the insides and then topping it off with a horrible personality, and then you're crying about OnlyFans models. Well, first of all, sir, when they go to Arby's, they are looking for the meat. And if you don't got meat on the plate, then honey, the OnlyFans girls are not staying. Do you think they want to be tickled? And then on top of that, you open your mouth and you're giving American Psycho just saying randomly dumb shit out of your mouth and insulting their intelligence because you think you're smarter because you rub rocks on your face. He's not a good representation of the young community. He's teaching young men how to take steroids and use hammers to shape their bones of their face. Anybody that takes their time processing what they need to say out of their mouth as a person, you should not be listening to. It literally takes him like 5 seconds a word to process what he's saying. And then on top of that, he walks around like he's the toughest guy in the world. Bro, you're so scrawny and small, and you're in people's face just mocking them and being disrespectful. You're gonna learn with the right one. And then TMZ had the nerve to say that this guy had, or he was artistic. I can see it. The world can see it differently, but it gives him no excuse for his behavior. But it's like the shit this man finds intelligent or cool or entertaining is mind-boggling to the world. And I think that's why he's so polarizing. It's because it's like, who does this on a Monday? Yeah. Or Tuesday? Now, you can go and look up the video, but he literally goes out to the creek, a swamp in Florida, and starts shooting at an already dead alligator, which is completely illegal, by the way, and you might be serving some charges in the future. If he would have talked to me or said what he said to multiple people the way he said it, he would have been slapped into yesterday. Because you're not going to disrespect me for laughs, clicks, and likes and views. The women that surround themselves around this particular man are not bright. They're not smart to use your image as a spectacle for him when most of the time half of the girls look better than him. Now, you think the dedication that he puts into his look by going and getting Botox injections and changing his features with hammers and Botox and medication, you think he would have a whole wardrobe team is walking around on stream with these chicken ass legs, bad choice of clothes, bad choice of sneakers. He's always looking like he's going golfing at a club. But this man is teaching people that their looks are not good enough. I'm not kidding, no lie. He walked out of multiple interviews because they wouldn't talk about Luke Maxson. He walked out of multiple interviews because some of the people who were interviewing him wouldn't admit to themselves that they needed more work or they could look better in the future. But what do you like about yourself? The reporter says everything. He tells the reporter, you're lying. I'm done with the interview. I'm not joking. This is for real. And I'm looking at this video and I'm saying, bro, you don't like yourself. So because you don't like yourself, we have to find things about ourselves that we don't like. This kid needs to sit his ass down somewhere. And all the people that watch him while he's streaming don't tell him that his hair looks very dry, meaning that moisturized, like you've been living in a desert. And that's probably from all those pills you'll be taking. I'm pretty sure the doctor have told him he's doing a hell of a lot of shit that he should not be doing. But if he keeps up on this rate, he's not going to be here for long because that is dangerous. And if we all are looking at the same guy, what are you exactly doing when it comes down to fixing your physique? Because he looks like he's on a diet not to gain weight, but to lose it, as confusing. Because when you look up the definition of look maxing, the definition is to bulk up. And it also means that you're crazy about your fitness, your health. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull out this piece of paper. I want to give you the exact definition because I don't need people coming into my comments being messy once again. I'm going to pull this shit up right now. I did my research before he came on the show because I wasn't going to let him play in my face and he wasn't going to play in y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. Hold on. I'm still looking at this piece of paper. So the definition is to take care of your skin, good haircuts and grooming, fitness and going to the gym, better fashion posture, and confidence. I want to revisit two things. The hair is not a box. He needs a check because, like I said, it's very dry. Fashion is in a box. He should check either because it's garbage. Go watch the video, stroll that video, zoom in, get a close look of his hair. It's missing nutrients. That hair is dry as hell. Do you see my weave? If it ain't shiny, it ain't right. And I'm a girl that do not be maxing on nothing, okay? Even though I love fashion and I love looking pretty and I glow confidence. And like literally when I'm done with the show, my wig goes on a mannequin and I have a whole team put it in a subsidized area where it's treated and taken care of for the next time. I need to put it on, you know what I'm saying? So why people are running around giving themselves a nickname like looks maxing is ridiculous when it's grooming, making sure you look good, taking care of yourself. That's everything a woman would want. Except the part of making your ding dong disappear, that's ridiculous. Okay, you're doing all these substances, vitamins, steroids, and drug use just to make yourself pretty when you look a $110, boy. Bye. So you want to be extremely pretty in the face, but everything else is a waste. Is that what you're saying? Because you're mad skinny? I don't know where the muscle is. Are you saying abs is what you need because you're not giving muscle? He's giving dandruff at best. It's like an Arizona desert in that scalp, but you're telling people online, be your better self. You can be better, put Botox in your face. Do this, do that. They don't need to get advice from you. He was telling his viewers, if you're not tall, buy sneakers, put some extra padding in it to make you 6'2". And we're all thinking to ourselves, okay, when he has to take off the sneakers, it's catfish. Explain that Einstein, I bet he has a reason for that. And lo and behold, he did. He says, just pull your pants halfway down to your sneakers and just leave the sneakers on. Can you believe that boy is crazy? Why are y'all listening to this clown? He literally is telling people to fake their height size to feel better about themselves so they get their approval of a woman. Being honest is all you need to get a woman your true self. Okay, so he sells it to you guys online and then ends up crying online about women being horrible and rude and only after his looks at money. Let's leave the looks out. They are definitely not after that. And then when the cameras go down, they don't want anything to do with him. Well, duh, your personality is complete. Shit, when you open up your mouth, it blows the hell out minds around the country. And plus, you're just not that interesting. And why would anybody want to sit around someone who feels like they're going to go golfing in the next 10 minutes? Because that's the look you be given, like we're going golfing. Okay, guys, so after this commercial, we're going to be sitting down with a therapist or a doctor to explain to us exactly the dangers of looks maxing and why it's not good to listen to a guy like him, the health dangers behind it. But before we do that, I just want to say that if you're in this show, This Deep in Naomi, and this is my talk show, and this is the talk show where I talk about all different things with my guests. Every Monday, I bring a guest onto the show, and we try to help them with their issues. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hello, I'm not Dr. Phil. If you're into that type of thing, then this is the place for you. So go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so you can get updates whenever I'm on, okay? So when we come back from the commercial, we'll be sitting down with the doctor helping us understand that this type of maxing out can have you in a pine box. I'll see you after the commercial. We're going to commercial, but when we come back, we'll be sitting down with the doctor. Make sure you come back with us and like and subscribe. Y'all back here in a few minutes and hit that like button and that notification. Bye, y'all. If you like the channel or the program that you're watching, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification button below. Thanks, honey.
How much to get them bigger?
Here's the manual now. Step inside.
Thanks, doctor. They look great.
You girls have a problem getting rid of your creepy neighbor because he does nothing staring in your window 24 hours a day? Get the Neomi taser in the stores. Now you'll cure the problem.
This is the best soda ever! Naomi Cola.
Too broke to get your car fixed? Too broke to get parts for your car? Well, no more. You can take a loan out with me, Naomi Loan a Hoe. Call us right now, 1-800-GIVE-ME-YOUR-MONEY. Welcome to What's Up Mamas? This is a show coming soon to Neomi TV. Hey guys, this is our daytime show premiering next year, 2027, called What's Up Mamas? It's for the mamas out there. My name is Semi. I'm Mimi, and we are the host of What's Up Mama. We were here representing all the moms because we are mothers and we care about other mothers. Our show is coming out next year, 2027, and it's going to debut on Thursdays morning, of course. I'm a mother of 6 kids, so I can represent mothers truly. I've been through a lot raising mine. I only have one, and that's all I need. The new show is called The New Talk. We're here to talk with women over 60, so we know and we're pretty. My daughter is Naomi from Late Night with Naomi and the Naomi Talk Show. My son is from Jay from the news and also his game show. My daughter gave me the show because she thinks I talk too much and I worry too much, so she said, share it with the world. My son said I'm too boring. Of course, me and her, my co-host, are close with family because our children are married together. Okay. Naomi and Jay own Naomi TV, so we're family, and they gave us the show, so thank you. I'm from America, but I won't tell you where because I'm a scary Mary. I'm very scary.
I'm from the Netherlands. I'm Dutch, born and raised.
Ja, dus voor al mijn Nederlandse mensen, kijk alsjeblieft naar de show volgend najaar. Ik zal jullie en Amerika vertegenwoordigen.
There is.
We promise you we'll be good as old women, respectful, kind, and polite.
Right.
Not too comical. We'll leave that to the professionals like Naomi, but we'll bring the mother way of seeing things here on What's Up Mama. See you next fall. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, I'm Jay and I'm running late from my morning news. But while I'm getting over to my desk and get ready for you all, here is what to expect from the news and what the news that I bring is all about.
We here at the Red Carpet Rewards of the movie and TV shows of this year, and we waiting for all the actors to come and walk over the red carpet.
I love you! I love you!
I'm live here at the stadium where the famous K-pop group just canceled their performance right before the event started, and as you can see, a lot of people are angry.
We in the forest where more and more people seeing Sasquatch. This is not the only forest. Look at all those news articles. I'm here in the northern forests of the United States, where bears keep stealing people's food after the big fires in Canada.
There is here in Seattle a code orange. It won't stop raining and sewer drains can't take it away fast enough.
I'm here on Aruba. The heat and temperature almost doubled, so look up some nice spots with a lot of water. Keep yourself hydrated to protect yourself. The sun can be your friend, but also your enemy.
Now this is the last fight of tonight, and it looks pretty fake if you ask me. Hey, you punk! You want to find out how fake it is, you punk?
We here at the Monster Truck 4-day event, and as you can see, those little cars know how to bring a lot of destruction. Now that you saw what the news is all about, and that I made it to my desk, it's time for me to start the news, and I see you all on Wednesday for the news.
Oh wait, a commercial already started. Oh God, I think it's the late night commercial. Well, y'all should already know I'm your late night girl.
This show, it's a really cool show. It's very dark and grungy, but also witty. It has a couple of iconic villains in it, like Sand, who's a man, and some other iconic villains from the comic books, which I think fans are going to love and enjoy.
Why Amazon? Why not like Disney Plus or Netflix or something like that in between?
Amazon decided on us.
Well, Sony Studios still kind of owns the rights of everything with spiders.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like
How
a
many
gray
of them did he
area where it
actually
landed
do?
into
He
Amazon.
said he would fix groceries, that didn't happen, gas prices, that didn't happen. What did he actually do? He told y'all on the campaign he was going to end the war in a week.
Yeah.
Well, it's been what, almost 2 years?
Yeah.
Now y'all can't get your tickets back, nor can you get your vote. Go ahead and say it. I know you want to say it. Go ahead and say it, girl. Tell them you told them something. I don't want to throw things in people's face and make them feel like I was right, but I absolutely was right, and he's showing it every day. Oh, it's quite embarrassing to be caught right in the White House sleeping on camera almost every day. I absolutely didn't want this for anyone. You know, a lot of people say that I would do this and I would do the gym, and you know, you got that body right, and then you wanted to flex it. You know what I'm saying? And they do it different in Korea than we do it here. You know, if you come over here flexing, we live for it, honey. We like, how much more are you gonna flex? Can we see more? But over there, they will crucify you, honey. They will be like, no, he's doing too much. That's so inappropriate. Gotta lighten up over there in Korea, honey. Less is more. Well, that's what we believe over here in America. You really know how to move that body you're being in your videos, just moving that body in all the right positions for the camera.
Yeah.
Just moving something like this, you know, something like that. But you know what I say? What comes around goes around, and things started to show its ugly head. Just like you said first, it was color purple. Who needed a part 2 of that? And then, you know, things started coming out from that movie that the conditions on the color purple was not great. It wasn't top tier for celebrities. They wasn't paid well either, allegedly. Taraji came out publicly feeling kind of the same way. She didn't say it like you said it, where it was like pretty much, I'll smack a bitch. No, it was a statement you made a couple of years ago about you and your co-star on the Parkers not being paid restitution. I hope I'm saying that right for the show airing on networks, which I think is a damn mess. Also, if you didn't hear, James Van from Dawson's Creek also said he wasn't paid really
So
well.
I can kind of see, you know, where some people kind of think like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You know, like, is it rigged?
Yeah.
All I know is I did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I did what I could do. I raised what I could raise in this campaign, you know, so it was a damn shock. And I think I could have been a better candidate for California, better than the other two. I'm 99% sure of that part, but that's not what the people wanted according to the votes. They wanted someone else.
Yeah. Okay, so my next one.
Oh, there you are. Well, my show's every Saturday. Don't miss out. Your favorite celebrity might be right here on my show. See you there. Bye.
Welcome back from the commercial. We're sitting here with the doctor, a very handsome doctor. His name is Eric, and he'll be helping us understand some things. And also, before we get started, the commercial that you've seen that's called What Up Mamas is an actual show that's going to be coming this fall. So get ready, guys. I'm so excited for the world to see that show. Its age range is 30 and up, an experience with an adult world on how adults see life, because the Gen Zs see life completely different, and millennials as well. So the audience needs to hear it the way older people see it as well. I think we can deliver on that. So, doctor, let's get straight into it now. I know you were backstage and you can hear some of the things that I was talking about. Do you know this influencer and how reckless he really is? Have you seen the things he has done on the internet?
I've seen some of his things online because people have showed me in the office how ridiculously dangerous it is, and we were mind blown by it. You know, just knowing all those medications that he takes under the cabinet, under the counter. It's super dangerous. I'm still surprised and shocked he's still standing.
Me and our audience want to know, like, is it safe to be taking all these drugs and steroids and Botox shots? Because a few times online he would pass out or have a seizure or just weird things. He said he's also mixed things with like Haran and certain other drugs, which is super dangerous, doctor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I meant to say heroin. He would mix it in like his steroids and stuff, you know, saying that it helped him with certain things that have to do with looks max. And you know, doctor, the shit be hitting him hard because he be on Kick, the streaming service, just falling asleep and shit like a true addict. Yeah. It is so strange and bizarre.
It's crucial to understand that looks maxing promotes an unhealthy obsession with perfection, often leading to dangerous and unnecessary treatments. We need to address why looks maxing is so unhealthy. It promotes an unattainable standard, often pushing young people towards irreversible treatment.
The danger of looks maxing, especially for weight loss, is that it prioritizes extreme aesthetics over health, often leading to restrictive eating.
This leads to a serious eating disorder, which he seems to start having, being picky and choose of what he wants to eat or consume, which is not very good. It also leads to mood swings.
Mixing steroids and heroin is incredibly dangerous. Steroids damage your cardiovascular system, and when you combine that with the respiratory depression of heroin,
Steroids, which already damage the cardiovascular system, with the unpredictable purity of street heroin, is catastrophic.
this young man doesn't have any idea what he's getting himself into. Mixing drugs, vitamins, and all types of medication together leads to dangerous consequences, possibly even death.
Yeah.
Look, mixing medications of all different kinds, specifically steroids, is extremely dangerous. You are putting your health at severe risk. When you mix medications of all different kinds, especially steroids, you are putting yourself in serious danger. It can have unpredictable and harmful effects. Look, if you're young, you have to maximize that potential.
Yes.
Working out consistently and naturally, that is the best way to do it, period.
That is the undisputed best path to long-term health.
People think more is better with vitamins, but if your doctor didn't prescribe them, you could be doing serious damage to your liver and kidneys. And people don't realize the psychological impact. Steroids cause drastic mood swings, leading to aggression and irrational behavior almost immediately after use. Think about severe mood swings, roid rage, depression, caused by the hormonal imbalance from the steroid.
Now, what do you think about this whole taking a hammer to the face to structure a better chin? Like, that's what he did. To me, it sounds crazy as hell. Like, if you have to do that type of measurements and going that far for your looks, then it's not the looks. That's the problem for me. It's your mind. It's a mental thing.
Smashing bones is not just painful, it severely compromises your overall health. The risk of permanent damage, infection, and chronic pain makes it incredibly dangerous. The reality is, smashing bones is catastrophic. We're talking about irreversible damage, internal bleeding, and the potential for lifelong to disabling consequences like chronic pain and irreversible mobility issues. You're looking at irreversible nerve damage.
The idea that we need to smash the bones is incorrect. Doing so actually causes more trauma.
And actually makes the long-term prognosis significantly worse for the patient. This obsession with looks maxing and the dangerous trend of bone smashing highlights a growing mental health crisis, specifically body dysmorphia. They engage in looks maxing because they perceive a direct correlation between aesthetic optimization and achieving tangible life goals, whether social or professional. The ultimate goal is transcending the superficial. Look maxing is just the start. The real journey is internal fulfillment and self-actualization. Engaging in looks maxing behavior sets an unrealistic standard for young audiences. It promotes an unhealthy obsession with appearance over well-being, which is psychologically damaging in the long run. Having Botox too much can lead to serious health implications. The toxins can spread beyond the injection site, causing muscle weakness and affecting your overall health.
So my next question is, do you think because he uses a lot of different steroids and stuff like that, that it causes him to be irrational, doing stupid stuff like shooting at dead alligators and causing fights? Do you believe that his nonchalant attitude and behavior and being very sarcastic and ignorant and rude and mocking people, it's due to the steroids and drug use? Do you think that is what causes him to have a up and down personality and American Psycho behavior, causing him to mistreat people? Because when you watch him online, he has a lot of different mood swings. You know, like you'll be super negative and then 5 minutes later he's like nice, and then 2 seconds later he's like being sarcastic again.
Steroids can cause significant psychiatric side effects, including severe mood swings and, in some cases, symptoms resembling bipolar disorder. Violent, delusional, sarcastic. Yes, they cause all of it, obviously. Why else would anyone take them? For their health?
The delusions are just a bonus.
And the psychiatric effects are profound, leading directly to aggression, delusional thoughts, and a very pronounced, often caustic, sarcasm.
sarcasm. Well, people often feel they need steroids because they associate them with rapid gains in muscle mass and performance enhancement. They believe steroids can help them achieve their physical goals faster.
So there's no help, obviously, for him, but for people who have family members that do it or friends that do it, is there a way we could help them with this situation? Yeah. Because I know you said that it's about perfection, it's about being the fittest, the best, the Hulk, but at the end of the day, we don't want them passing on either because of these habits and these wants and these needs. So what is it that we can do, honestly, to help at home if we don't have the assistance or the health insurance at the moment to kind of throw them into rehab? What can we do at home?
That's a critical issue. If they're unwilling to stop, we must first understand why. We need to address their fears regarding withdrawal and emphasize the long-term risks involved. At home, focus on open dialogue. Let them know you're there to support their recovery and gently guide them towards professional medical and psychological assistance. Sometimes in these situations, you really can't help because in their mind, they feel like they need to do this for themselves. It's something that got them to this place. That's hard to kind of remove them from that place. In other words, sometimes they build themselves a goal, and if they don't achieve that or feel like someone's getting in the way, they'll go somewhere else to finish achieving this goal. The best thing is to try to respectfully engage in a conversation and allow that person to know you're beautiful the way you are. But thinking that you're telling someone to stop doing something, it's an addiction. An addiction means they're addicted to it. They're not going to stop just because you ask. That's not how that works. And his situation, it seemed like the parents found out and said they're not going to accept his behavior or what he's doing. They clearly knew he wasn't going to stop, and that's why he went to his grandmother's. But that's very common when they feel attacked or it's not comfortable spoken in a respectful manner. They look at it as being attacked or look at it as you trying to make decisions for them, especially when they're adults. Most adults are not going to allow you to make decisions for them, especially if they believe this is what they need. He believes in his head he's not perfect. He needs to be better. Most of them look it up and specifically study the perfection that they do not like about themselves, and that's where they come across looks maxing, which is a way or a form of building a new version of them themselves. To complete the ultimate goal of what got them in this place to begin with, it could be women, it could be them unhappy with their height, size, weight disproportions. Maybe the weight just isn't cooperating in the way they wanted it to.
So what do you think his exact issue is? Because to the world, it seems like he's just overcompensating for a bigger issue, which is him, you know, you're going through all this work and you're still not happy. What the world sees is he's fighting with himself in the most ridiculous way as possible. And I think this is why people cannot stop watching. He's watchable at this point. When they know he's going to do dumb shit. And it's not dumb. It's like really dumb stuff that he does. It just doesn't make sense. Like telling someone to put more height in these sneakers to make them taller. I think that was the most ridiculous thing we've heard all year.
Well, to answer your question about that, Naomi, to him, it's not dumb. It's perfecting himself for that particular person. I really can't speak on his case because I don't know him, but from what I'm seeing,
I feel like he believes this, and what he's teaching people is also what he thinks. Fix him in a long run now. At the end of the day, we both know he's not fixed.
I mean, the rational behavior that we have seen on the internet, if he's on Kick or he's on other platforms, just making spectacle out of himself, like the moment when the boxer helped him pass out, it was ridiculous. They're not realizing how dangerous that could have been. You know, he could have had brain damage from that situation, but for him, it's like as long as the public sees him as what he wants.
Well, the doctor's talking about is a moment where this influencer told a boxer to use his technique to make him pass out. It was like multiple people who did it, but it was for like shit and giggles and views. And he literally looked at the camera and goes, oh, that's why I'm doing it. And then the other boy turns to him and says, but I don't have as many viewers as you, but they both agreed that they wanted to do it. People who volunteered was told if it gets too much tap on my arm, that means tap out. But the boxer did not follow the rules and kept doing it until both of them passed out. But the difference between that certain influencer, if it looked like he was having a seizure, people thought he was having a seizure, but others say it was because the brain was reacting to less oxygen.
In wrestling or kickboxing, being choked out means the brain is completely deprived of oxygen. This causes immediate cell death and severe neurological damage within minutes. If the brain doesn't receive enough oxygen, the reaction is immediate. The body initiates a systemic shutdown. When oxygen levels drop, the brain immediately reacts by sending emergency signals to the body, prioritizing vital functions over everything else. I mean, for them not actually doing it for a sport and just doing it just because that is incredibly dangerous and was absolutely not advised to do for shit and giggles. It's just not smart. It's not safe.
Doctor, can you show us some techniques in case a goofball decides to do that to one of our friends and we have to jump in and say, move out the damn way, fool, I gotta save my friend. Because you never know, this day and time, these Gen Zs be doing some stupid shit, you know, when you don't want to have to go to nobody's funeral. So can you teach us a few things to save a girl's life, honey?
In a choking emergency, stand behind the person, find the spot just above the navel, and thrust inward and upward forcefully. Okay, so wrap your arms around the waist, make a fist above the navel, and give 5 quick upward abdominal thrusts. Repeat until clear.
Open the airway by tilting the head and lifting the chin. Pinch the nose, then give 2 rescue breaths, making sure the chest visibly rises. They are not breathing, administer a rescue breath, then immediately begin compressions. Push firmly on the center of the chest at a steady pace.
And that pretty much should help if things go wrong in situations like that where they were just fooling around, but not knowing things can go deeply dark very quickly.
Well, thank you, Dr. Handsome. I mean, those hands were so soft when he smells so good. Well, thank you for showing us an example on how to save a bitch's life. You've been absolutely amazing, and you gave us a lot of knowledge that we know now. We pretty much knew he was stupid. We pretty much knew he wasn't all the way there, but you definitely confirmed it. So as the wise woman says, don't do it at home, folks. If not for us, it's not for TV, and it's damn sure not worth it going in a pine box. Looks maxing sounds exactly what it sounds like looking, but ain't nobody trying to max. And apparently not even him with his little ass chicken legs. You see him, chicken legs, what the hell? So we're about to go to commercial, but before I go to commercial, doctor, do you have any advice on how to talk to a narcissist about being a narcissist? Any advice?
Narcissists come in all different forms, so I can't help you with that. Like I said, I don't know his diagnosis.
Yeah.
He's not my client, but I say tread lightly.
Yeah. So now you already damn know, doctor, by seeing my show, I don't know how to tread lightly, but I'll do my best. But if he say something crazy, pow, 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 I'm just playing. I just want to warn you guys that this is a fictional character, but a real character, but a fictional character, but he has to be non-real, playable character.
So nothing he's saying in this scene is accurate or was told by me from him. Let's be clear. It is all fun and games until somebody gets butthurt on the situation. It won't be my problem.
So Clavicular is the internet version of him, but not the real him, the version everyone cannot stand. It's for comical purposes only. Oops, it's not our fault that you're good to laugh at. So we'll be back right after these commercials, and we'll be sitting down with everybody's hate-to-love character on the internet. I think he thinks he's Clark Kent. Sorry, you're definitely not that.
The judge is here and the show's about to start. I don't think y'all can handle me. I'm too cute for TV.
He keeps breaking all the uniforms. It's not my fault I have gorgeous muscles.
You do indeed. You have $30,000 and you say it's not your fault. What part of that did you not think was your fault?
None of it, Your Honor.
Are you out of your damn mind? Judge, this is what I'm talking about. So plaintiff, your sister is bringing you to court for taking her money and stealing her man, and you don't see nothing wrong?
Nah, my sister didn't go to the Chris Brown concert with me, so that's why I did it.
Seriously? Plaintiff, why would you believe that you can live on somebody's house for a whole year and not pay your rent?
Because she's family.
What does that even mean? You gotta pay up or get out. You let my dog out of your property, and that's why he got hit.
It's not my fault that you're old and don't know what the hell you're doing. Your dog is old too.
You guys are suing each other because you're twins and you don't want to be twins? My head's hurting. You can't be serious. You brought this to my court?
Yes, we just don't want to be twins.
I didn't lose any weight with these pills. He didn't lose weight because he's fat. He keeps eating.
I guess you have a point.
She's been bullying me. No, I haven't. She's just a booger. What the hell is that? You know, a loser.
Look at this dress. It is completely ruined. It does look damaged. It is her fault. Don't they smoke a lot in Paris? I did not give it to her that way. Now don't come to my show expecting you gonna get this quality out the door, honey. You gotta earn this quality, honey. But the show will be good and it'll get there, don't you worry about that.
But I'ma deliver the fast.
And possibly the ass too. Your Honor, she wouldn't let me ride. She said I'm too big, like 300 pounds. It is not fair.
Your Honor, I'm bringing my best friend to court for stealing my gorgeous Latin hunk. He didn't want you. What you say?
Cut it out now.
This is just for your awareness, guys.
Your Honor, I let her borrow my wig, and this bitch ruined it. Do you see the lace? It's ruined, Your Honor. I didn't do that. You're wrong. I didn't do that to that girl's wig. She up in here lying. I'm lying? Are you crazy? Y'all girls need to stop this now. This is not Jerry Springer. Well, my show is every Friday, honey, so come and play and watch me rule it all, honey. Who will take home the money?
Come see what favor I rule in. Yeah, it's entertaining.
But you cannot leave me here alone! Cut! Great job, Mimi!
Oh, mine! Oh, what a beautiful day to show my love in every way. To be a wife you will find. What a beautiful day like this to fill the home with tender bliss. I love my husband dear. A beautiful day to show my love, to be the perfect wife for you. Beautiful day to say I love you more and more each day, to be a perfect wife for you. Oh, love is such a wondrous thing. To my dear husband I will cling. to love and to cherish each day, to be a good wife come what may.
I think you're gonna have to pay for that.
Thank you for giving me a ride home. I don't think I could have put this all on my bike.
You think?
Well, I felt bad, so I had to buy the whole entire store pretty much.
Look, cousin, I know you don't want to hear this, but the guy doesn't have a clue to save his ass. He's not that bright. You say all he loves is soccer and his parents. Why are you still making this work? You should just break this off now, before it becomes exhausting. I mean, look at you. You're sitting here in this bar pouting. You know I hate when you pout. It's just one of those guys that will never get it.
Okay, cousin, I'll see you later.
Get out of the street, cousin!
You.
And you.
What are you staring at?
I can ask you the same thing.
I asked you first. Oh, your dad let you out of the house? Oh, that's great. You're not in timeout. Timeout. Good for you, Pete.
First of all, I'm a grown man. I'm over the age of 20, so don't be sarcastic, and I keep telling you I'm not afraid of him.
Sure.
I don't know if this is like some type of prank. Every time I see you, you're always talking about me being terrified of my own father. It's not funny.
Oh dear, that must be him now. Honey, I'm sorry, I thought you were my husband. This is the Vanatten residence. Am I speaking with, I'm so sorry, but my husband is not home right now, he's at work. He'll be home later after 5, you can call then. Okay? Thank you, have a great day. That was strange. You're late again. Why are you late tonight?
Oh, I got caught up at work.
You mean you got caught up with your father?
Don't start. I'm just trying to have a great meal tonight.
You know, honey, you have to start making me a priority in your life. I feel like I'm the last person you take serious in this relationship.
Listen, that's violent.
First thing you think about when you wake up is your parents or your job or soccer. That's not fair to me. When I wake up, I think about you. I make your lunch, I make sure you're leaving the house with your brains attached.
Why do you always do this? Why do you always try to make me feel like I'm the villain? Because I love my parents?
You are the villain! Because you don't treat me the same.
That's not true. I'm not gonna argue with you all the time about this. We're already married, you should just go ahead and accept it.
I will never accept it!
What's wrong, son? Was it another fight between you and her?
Yes. She doesn't understand that you guys are older and that I need to take care of you, regardless if she likes it or not.
I'm so proud of you, son. You remind me of my own father. I'm very proud of you, son. But I don't think she's the woman for you.
In fact, you tell me that all the time.
Son, you have to fix the sink. Look at it. Looks like a sprinkler went off in here.
I wonder lost too.
Welcome to my game show. Are you freaking out of your mind? Are you ready to play?
I'm Jay, and this is Are You Out of Your Freaking Mind? And I have my wife on the show today as a contestant. Welcome to the show, Naomi.
For $400, what is the capital of Peru?
Lima.
What is the villain in Star Wars that wears all black?
Darth Vader, I think, true.
You get the point. What kinds is your kiting to cite competitiveness actors?
Is it cinematic actors?
Sorry, Naomi, that is incorrect. Name the type of competition where actors compete for roles.
Tryouts.
Sorry, that's not it. For 300 points, what is Batman's butler's name?
Alfred. I think it's Alfred.
You got the point, Naomi. Good job. And for the win, spell chrysanthemum.
That's CHRYSANTHEMUM.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. For 1,000 points, who did Carrie Bradshaw dislike in the cast of that show in the city?
Samantha. She could not stand Samantha.
You get the point, Naomi. For 1,500 points, what is the fruit used to make guacamole?
Avocado.
You're correct.
It is avocado.
For 315 points, what is the name of the character in Home Alone that got left home alone?
Macaulay Culkin.
Sorry, honey, that's his real name. That's wrong. For 1,500 points, the next question, what is the famous line in Forrest Gump that he says about life?
Life is like a box of chocolate.
You got the point. In The Wizard of Oz, what road did Dorothy follow?
The road thingy. She followed the road of some sort of road.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Sorry, that is wrong. It's the yellow road.
You were agitating me. Are you purposely giving me hard questions? You know I don't know none of these damn questions.
Relax, it's a game show. Try again, honey. You looking for a really fun game? With Fridays, every 3 Fridays of the month, you can look forward to me in my game show.
Watch our shows every Friday right here on Naomi TV.
We're back from commercials and we're sitting down with the hated or love it guy from the internet. Welcome to the show, at least to the Naomi show. Now, you're not going to go running off.
No, I don't have a reason to.
You definitely should not be preaching confidence when you don't really have confidence.
Right.
And what I mean is when you don't like something, instead of getting ahead of it, you run off stages.
Right.
How are you trying to teach young men anything if you can't do it your damn self? Like, that makes no sense. You ran off of like 3 people's shows. It's ridiculous at this point.
Well, everybody has an opinion. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
I didn't like what they were asking me. I didn't like how they were representing themselves, so I left.
Now, when we're thinking about the word of looks maxing, you would think he would look like this. So this is why I had him drawn like this. I drew him like this because it makes more sense. So my first question to you is, you made a comment a while ago about dating women of color, saying it's not your thing and that you're not into women of color. I didn't take it offensively because I'm not into arrogant, narcissistic men like yourself, but some did. How do you feel about that?
You're referring to the comment that I made in the van when I was talking to another influencer.
Yeah.
I asked him about a girl and his preference.
Right.
Well, first of all, I'm entitled to make an opinion on anything I like or dislike.
Yeah.
I never said it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
I just said it wasn't for me, and I still stand by that.
I mean, yes, it sounded really bad when I was saying it, but I didn't mean it out of like a disrespectful type of, but that's exactly what the world is kind of going to do. They're going to pull you apart.
Yeah.
If you tell the truth, they'll pull you apart.
Yeah.
If you don't tell the truth, you know, I was just being honest and living in my truth.
So are you basically saying that I'm not pretty as the woman of color? Is that where you're insinuating?
Oh, absolutely not. You're very pretty, just not my type.
Exactly is your type, a woman with low self-esteem, and I'll let you walk all over.
Absolutely not, but I like a blonde Barbie. I didn't bulk up and build up to just date anyone.
But you do understand that you have to have some intelligence and some brains, something into humor for girls to like you, right?
Are you saying I don't have a sense of humor or brains? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you're very arrogant. You're very rude from what I've seen on the internet, and you like to make a spectacle out of women.
Well, that's definitely your opinion. You're entitled to it. I don't think I make a spectacle out of anybody. I think a person should do more for their look, and that's why I'm into looks maxing. It should be for everybody. Everybody should work on themselves.
Yeah.
I think you have a lot of things that you can work to make yourself look a lot better. I'm not saying that you're ugly, and I'm not saying that what you look like now is horrible. I'm just saying it could be better.
Yeah. But I'm confused if you're still fixing yourself, and why the hell should I take advice for someone who ain't even fully developed in who they are, yet you're still working on yourself? And then even if I was that naive to take your advice, what did you get your approval from? Did you get a stamp from Jesus saying you're the goddess of your beauty and you're giving out magical tips?
I feel like you're getting a little bit upset, and I don't understand why. I mean, I'm giving you my opinion about looks maxing and letting you know everyone can be themselves, and you're catching an attitude. You're absolutely right. I am still working on myself, but I've been doing this for a long time, so I actually know what I am talking about when it comes down to bettering a person's ability to look better.
So you're pretty much saying me putting a hammer or a rock to my face and rubbing it back and forth on my bones, I was gonna make me prettier while damaging things in the long run. I don't think so, sir. If you don't have a certificate and what the hell you're talking about, you should not be selling that to people on the internet.
Do you see my chin? It's because of me rubbing rocks and hammer on this chin. Do you see this face? It's because of Botox. And do you see his body? It's because of steroids, so I know what the hell I'm talking about.
If you don't want to take the advice, that's fine. I'm not forcing you to listen to anything that I do specifically, but for you to insinuate that my practices do not work, that's your opinion. Doesn't mean it's not true.
Yeah. If you're completely fine with the way you look, great, perfect.
Yeah.
It looks like you already had work done anyways. So it's like, why are you judging me? You know what it takes to be beautiful.
First of all, watch your mouth. You don't know a damn thing about me, and you don't know a damn thing about what I've got done. But selling that shit to a younger audience, what you know is bull straight shit, is unheard of. Half the stuff you're telling people, like, get sneakers and stick higher soles in it so they're taller. What sense does that fucking make?
I'm only letting them know what they can do better. If they can't afford surgery to make them taller, then what's the problem? They're happy, right? Why is it a bad thing that men need to insinuate their look? Women walk around with extensions and they get their boobs done and they walk around with lashes and makeup, so guys can't? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do what it takes for me to look the best that I can be for me.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And then you're saying that I'm arrogant and I got an attitude. I worked hard to be me, so what?
That half the world got off their asses and stopped eating cakes and Twinkies and chips and actually got real with your life and did a little looks maxing, I think the whole world would be perfect, but they don't.
You're telling people to catfish by telling them to put enhancement in their shoes. Yeah. And you're telling people to not be themselves to be loved. It's ridiculous. You're telling them to hate themselves. Why is that a good thing? I think everything that you're saying is ridiculous. I don't even think you believe it yourself. I mean, you're talking about women and then you're crying 5 minutes later. So you don't like when women are manipulating and using you, your money, your status, and everything between. But when you do it, it's acceptable. Literally get on your platform and you're bringing girls on to make spectacle of them, laughing at them. It's like, honestly, who the hell do you think you are? In my book, you're still sitting at a 6.
And then you got the nerve to sit over here and talk about some look maxing when you bought your face and you cheated your body with steroids. You're fraud at best. You're not even doing it the bodybuilder way. You're cheating your way to success.
Okay, fair play. Did you buy those wigs? Did you buy the lashes? Did you buy that lipstick? What about the bra that you have on your face or the closure you're wearing?
Nope.
Nope, you didn't buy those, nor did you grow it. I mean, I don't understand why everybody thinks what I'm doing is a joke. It's no different than the process of what women go through when they get their body done or their butt done. I'm doing the same thing.
So how dare you say that I cheated my way? If I want to look good, I'm going to go and do what I can, regardless of what it is, steroids, Botox, whatever that might be.
I'm taking step by step in my looks maxing process to get where I think my top tier 10 is. If that's the problem with the world, oh well, not encouraging anyone to be their worst self or putting anyone in danger.
I'm literally writing down and telling them the process of what it took for me to get exactly where I am today, and that's frowned upon why I look good as shit. You're mad because I look good.
I am literally mad. I don't know you. What the hell would I be mad about? I said, you're a typical 6 that thinks he's a 12. Calm the hell down. Like, really?
I think you're a 4 working on a 3.
Honey, I'm building my name, not the clown of the century.
If that's what it takes for me to be beautiful, I'll be a clown.
You don't need to be a clown. You are a clown, and the world thinks so as well.
I don't know where this hostility is coming from. I'm sitting on your show just telling you about my looks maxing.
And I think that's the problem. You don't understand. Anybody that asked for an interview wasn't looking for that. They were looking to see if you were going to act like a clown.
And so what if I act like an asshole?
You're not interesting. You think you're interesting, and what you do is interesting. You're not interesting.
And who are you to tell me that I'm not interesting?
Yeah.
I'm using your words against you.
Let me guess. Your interesting moment was what? Standing up in a boat and shooting at a dead alligator?
Why are you bringing that up? That's old news. That's yesterday's news.
It won't be yesterday's news when they come and lock your ass up, because Florida don't play those games.
Why would they do that? I didn't do anything wrong. It was a dead alligator.
But why the hell do you always walk out of an interview when they get to acting about politics?
Well, it's something I feel like I don't need to answer, and I won't answer it.
It's probably because you're crooked and you know who you like in this game and you don't want the world to know to make you even more a villain.
What makes the difference? I'm going to be a villain in everyone's eyes, regardless of who I like.
A certain thing that I'm still scratching my head about. You were on a boat talking to a girl to find out that the girl had a boyfriend. The boyfriend was on the boat. He could friend you and said, please don't date my girlfriend. You turned around and said to him, I'm doing you a favor, bro, and implied that he was good without having his girlfriend because she was with you and she was making out with you. Okay. That's a bit arrogant, don't you think? Yeah. Look, I'm doing you a favor, bro. Besides, she prefers me. We were just making out.
Absolutely, but in a way, I was still helping him. She was the one who had a boyfriend. I didn't tell her to get on the boat and make out with me, so I was doing bro a favor.
I mean, after I found out that my girlfriend is on a boat kissing a guy because he's famous, you think I'm gonna want to date her afterwards? The guy thanked me for looking out for him, but I'm still getting flack for what they think I did. I didn't make the girl kiss me. She kissed me because I'm hot. Why wouldn't anybody not want to kiss me?
What can I say? I'm famous now. Girls get on the boat or they get in my van and they forget that they have boyfriends at home. Is that my fault? Then they should be the ones blamed, not me.
The only thing I'm guilty of is being hot and having a great jawline. That's the only thing that I'm guilty of, and I look great at it. They're gonna love me either way, even if they leave their husbands for me.
Can we talk about the moment you ran somebody over by accident with your Cybertruck and you turned around and said, if he died?
I'm not guilty for that. He was jumping on my Cybertruck. Who the hell does that?
If the actions of what you said, you were like, is he dead? Who does that? A monster says that you don't even stop the car to see if he's okay.
Why would I? He was a stalker. He could have did anything to me.
Are you a human being or are you just a walking steroid shot? Human beings would have stopped the car just to understand what was going on.
And I'm on human because I didn't give a shit.
Okay.
How the hell is that my fault? He was jumping on my car. What was I supposed to do? Not run him over?
Yeah, because that would be the good human thing to do.
I'm a good person because of looks maxing. I'm the best person right now that I can be. I'm the real version of who I should have been all along.
Because the medication, steroids, and heroin that makes you a good person. Okay, and what about the moment that you had your girlfriend jump on that innocent girl that was in your house for no apparent reason?
She had it coming. She wouldn't leave my house.
So you decided to just say, oh, okay, babe, take care of business, beat her up. That's you solving the situation by bullying her.
You call it bullying, I call it getting even. She disrespected me allegedly.
Okay, so what about the time that you was hospitalized for an overdose while being on kick? You were literally on kick and you could barely keep your eyes open. You're on definitely something. What is it going to take to realize you're doing absolutely too fucking much?
Sometimes I get a little out, but I do what it takes to reach my maximum goal. It's many levels to this looks maxing.
You would not being around anymore because that is crazy.
I'll do what it needs to be done. I don't care. It's a lot to get to your ultimate goal of being the ultimate beast, and I'm going to get to my goal regardless of what it takes. I'm careful at what I do, but sometimes I'm not. I'm tired of people making me look like a joke or some type of clown, but this is who I am. It's nothing wrong with me wanting to be gorgeous, a sex symbol for the world. What's the problem with that?
I pulled up information on exactly all the medications and stuff you use. We couldn't even fit most of it on this piece of paper. Is that not damn concerning at all? Are you sure that you even like women? Because you seem like you're on the spectrum, you know, of liking men.
I absolutely love women, and I do not date men.
Well, it's okay if you do, or you, I mean, this is 2026, so no one's going to look down at you, you know?
Like I said, I'm into women. I'm not into men, but thanks for the compliment.
I don't know, all that degrading that you be doing on kick, we're starting to believe, you know, you on the spectrum, honey, on two different specs, clearly.
I told you no twice.
So I heard you've been hanging out with the dude named Andrew. Is that your new boo, or are y'all just call it blind together? Because I can't be sure.
I occasionally hang out with Andrew. What's the problem? And no, he's not my boo. Are you gonna ask me at all about look maxing? Because I thought this is what this conversation was gonna be about. This is what I heard the interview was gonna be about.
I see you looking real fucking crazy, but I don't see no maxing.
Where is the
maxing pills you take it? You about to be maxed the hell out.
I didn't come here to be some spectacle on your wall that people can laugh at. I came here for people to learn about looks maxing and maybe to change a couple of people's lives, maybe even your life. I just feel like you're on this internet vendetta where you're like trying to be like super saver ho. What are you trying to save all the girls from America? I don't get your point of why you're hounding me. I've been nothing but nice to you. You haven't sat here and asked me anything about my physical appearance, my look, how sexy I am, however irresistible I am to the public, how they can't get enough of me.
You're asking me about alligators, you're asking me about Andrew, you're asking me about me liking women, you're asking me about me bullying people, but nothing about my workout plans.
I worked hard in the gym, but his body.
You worked hard in the gym, and that's laughable. You bought your body. That's how the hell I see it.
Are you serious, bro?
For real. You need to stop doing what you're doing. And my team said that you kind of overdosed the other day. This is not good. You need to slow down. We all understand your passion is your passion, your goal is your goal, but it's not worth dying over. I promise you, your life means something to someone regardless if you think so or not. You have to find a healthier way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to slow down. I gotta come up with some other way of looks maxing that's not harmful to my health.
I appreciate you coming to my show and being a tool. We all know you to be, but learn how to respect yourself. Because that's the most important thing, is loving you first.
I have a surprise for you. She wanted to pay you a visit after your little stunt in the swamp with your friends.
After that long-ass interview, I got a little bit hungry and needed someone with better looks and better features to do a taste test with me over some Thai food. So we're going to try some Thai food today. What did you think about that interview, or what did you think about him? I mean,
He thinks he's the best looking thing around. He does know models exist, right? And they're born naturally beautiful.
Are you implying, sir, that you're natural and you're a model? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
So that means you didn't do any steroids or taking multiple vitamins to get your looks and your aesthetic?
Absolutely not. Just a daily vitamin everyone takes, that's it, and moisturizer like lotion.
It's really good sometimes for men to take real good care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Women like that, but to get out of control with it by taking steroids, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just simply go to the gym and live a healthy life and bulk up.
Yeah.
Men do it every day, all
Yeah.
day, so I don't understand why he needs to go above and beyond.
Yeah.
And teaching other men that their looks are not good enough to get women is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You'll find a woman that loves you for you, and if you don't, that's fine too. You should love yourself first before you can love anyone else. That's
Yeah.
key. But to hate yourself and then spread it to other people,
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, he should work on himself.
I've been a model for 3 years, and anytime I feel the pressure, I have to take a step back and say, maybe I can't do this, or maybe I can't do that, because I'm not going to build myself up for someone else.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. The world appreciates knowing that some handsome men do it naturally and don't need to be given advice on the web about stupid shit. So thank you for that. The things that he tells people on the internet is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It has girls completely cringing at the fact that he's actually dead ass serious about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this cooking segment, shall we? Let me grab one of these shrimps and eat it. Very good, very sweet. It's like a nagaki onion sweet sauce batter. It's really nice. You should try it. I literally think I made that word up. What the hell is a nagaki?
I don't even know where that came from.
I've had this rice before with the shrimp. I've had also that chicken on a stick.
Yeah?
I've had that. That's really good, but I haven't had that soup in front of me.
Where?
It's spicy, but it's really good.
Wow, this is so good.
The sweetness of the mango with the sticky rice is just perfect. You absolutely have to try this right now.
I like it because it's very sweet.
It's really good.
I like it very spicy.
But I like spicy.
You really went for that spice.
I'm nervous to try to Thai salad.
I heard Thai salad was really spicy, but you can also ask for it medium spicy. But even the medium spicy to me is still spicy as hell. Wow, that papaya salad has a kick. Oh my goodness, it is so hot. We were not ready for this spice level. Whoa, that is like extremely hot. Very, very hot. Okay, I have to try this pad thai. Wow. This is very, very good. My mouth is still burning. zoom in so that viewers can see all of this beautiful food on the table. I'm completely full. That salad is too spicy. I can't eat anymore. Well, we're going to end the show right now, but next week's episode is very, very interesting, so you guys should come back because it's a character. You guys already know that's coming back.
What?
You're going to be completely shocked about their transformation, but we'll deal with that more on the show next week, so make sure you guys come back and chill with me here on Naomi Talk Show. Can you walk me backstage so we can close the show?
Sure.
I'm so nervous to think what the viewers are going to think about this episode. Was it boring? Was it a letdown, Lord? I'm so nervous.
I think you did a great job. It was so funny.
Where were you sitting in the audience? Because I could not see you from where I was sitting.
I was sitting way, way in the back.
Yeah.
Totally made an ass out of himself.
Yeah.
It's very funny, and the audience is going to see that you did a great job.
Thank you, OnlyFans, Tony. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And my show is every Monday with the new episode, so come check it out every Monday with me. Bye.